Hi, welcome to Far Cry 4. We're doing City of Pain, Sabal's version, which is quite similar to Amita's, but there are some small differences anyway. I'll let Noore brief you out.
You have to kill Paul. You have to do it now. He's going home. You kill him and you save my family. I will get you anyone. Yuma, Pagan, I will get you their heads.
It's okay.
It is not okay. He is my family. It is not okay. Not, you have to save them. He's throwing himself a going away party at his compound. He's vulnerable there. He likes to ship in his meat from a nearby village. That is your way in. Once you're inside, sneak into the interrogation room. His guard will be down.
So there we are, you probably knew that, but Noore wants us to go and get to Pleur, who's kidnapped her family. We start off by having to sneak into a truck. I've sped this up because it's pretty easy. I'm doing it exactly the same way as I did last time. If you want to see this mission a bit slower, there's a link. I'll put a link in the description and at the end to the slower playthrough, which is Amita's version. So there's two guards there, and then one in here chucking knives, who I just headshot. Pew. And then here's the truck. You can probably kill all these guys, but if they spot you, the truck driver bugs out because he's been alerted, so ideally you want to take stealth. This guy here in his funny little hat is obviously being taken there. I'm not sure for what purpose, how he's going to help the party.
Sabal,
Whatever.
I'm going after Paul.
Capture him if you can, brother. I want him to pay for what he's done to Kirat. In fact, a lot of people keep disappearing from nearby villages, so if you find anyone alive inside, help them escape, but go in quietly.
Now my frame rate kind of went to hell here, so I alt-tabbed and shut down a bunch of stuff, and it got a lot better. Don't really know why that was, because I've got 16 gig of memory and it was only using 8, but when I got it down to 5 it picked up. Anyway, that's by the by. You're sneaking in here. I kind of need to up the brightness on this. I'll go back and tweak that afterwards. Sneaking in here, and there's a whole bunch of guards around. Now, with Amita's mission, you need to take pictures of the guards, which is much, much easier than freeing them, in my opinion. This guy up here, if you die, this is the bit that sucks the most. If you die, much like the mission with Willis, which I just did, but obviously didn't record because there's no change for Amita or Sabal. With the mission with Willis at the airport, I took out all 3 alarms. I was doing an amazing job sniping, if I say so myself. There were like 3 guys left, one guy on the mortar that I couldn't quite get from where I was, so I ran down to get a better vantage point. He blew me up with the mortar, and I died, and it reset, and all the alarms were back up, reinforcements came piling in, and it was like, oh, no. Anyway, the point of that little story is that if you die here, it doesn't matter which guards you've killed, or I was about to say which alarms you've deactivated, but there aren't any alarms, will be back. So there's actually little point in trying to stealth your way around here, because as soon as you get spotted, little point in trying to kill your way around here, I should say, because as soon as you get spotted, all the guards are coming back anyway. It checkpoints quite generously. Every slave that you free, does it say slaves? Yeah. Every slave that you free, I would have said hostage, will checkpoint you. And then obviously getting to Pleur at the end will checkpoint you. But here's how I did it. I went around the remarkably long way. And it's interesting, there's a guard here after you get all 3 hostages, but he's over there to the right before you do. Which I guess allows you to come around this way. He kind of sees me here, so I take him down and put him in the bushes. But again, it's like, there's just no point in really killing anyone at this point. I thought that I had 4 skill points, so I'd take this crouchy, move quickly, virtually silently thing, because that seemed like a good skill to have. But again, then I died, and it unlocked the skill, or rather relocked the skill, because I lost all the experience that I'd got. So I don't know. These missions where it kind of loses your progress like that are a little bit annoying. Anyway, he's down. And then they hear me. So I hide here by this chest for quite some time. I cut like 2 minutes of just standing there waiting for them to split up. And then I was about to jump on that guy's head when I saw the other guy there. So I waited for them to clear out and then headed over to... Come on, you can do it. There we go. Headed over to this hostage here. Grappled my way up. And it's kind of weird because... Oh, guy nearly saw me there. I thought he might be in the checkpoint, and a guy really nearly saw me there. I thought I might, if you grapple up to something, I thought that would be a way in, but it seems like these grapple points don't actually have a point of ingress. Nearly got seen again there. I got away with some very lucky being seen. Now, it's strange. Sometimes there's guards here, sometimes there aren't. It's kind of hit and miss, but there is the first hostage. And actually the hostages are stored in much less terrifying locations than they are if you're taking photos for a meter, where they are being kind of quite actively tortured as opposed to just lying there with their hands tied. Anyway, I was heading over this way. I thought I'd stick to the rooftops to get to this one, and I failed to use a hunting syringe, which meant that when I dropped down here, I chucked a rock there to try and get rid of him, but when I drop down here there's obviously a whole bunch of guards who spot me. And there we go. But it restarts you back here. And so I figured I would go for the other hostage this time, who is a little bit closer. There we are. Take him down, hide the bodies. Hiding the bodies is kind of meaningless. Just unless, they're in the middle of a pack, but then you don't want to be attacking those guys anyway. This guy magically slides and a hostage appears out of nowhere. Thought that was mildly interesting. There's a few glitches like that where people are like moonwalking backwards and stuff. Anyway, headed up here, don't quite know why, because I'm just going back to exactly where I was and there's no obvious way through. And they're definitely not going anywhere. There's no point in shooting him because his buddy's watching him and they're just going to go berserk if I do. So instead, headed around this way, snuck behind those guys who are they don't really notice you. And then there's that guy you can take down pretty easily and drop in the bushes. See, he's a good one to hide because he's under the light and there's two guys nearby, but that other guy who was just puking by the wall, not such a big deal. Anyway, there's a guard in here. I was kind of taking a risk by headshotting him because I didn't know if he was standing by a door or a window where his death would be seen. But he wasn't. Then I switch out my shredder for an AK, which I do not want to do. So then spent a bit of time faffing trying to grab it back and freed the second hostage. The third one comes pretty quickly afterwards. It's just up here. That guy's isolated, so I figured I'd take him down, which gives me a pretty clear path to this hostage. I probably could have just snuck past him, to be honest. And there's the hostage, and just edging round the door in case there's another guard in here, but there isn't. So then untie this lady, who then kind of teleports and rather than running away, decides
Sabal, I freed some prisoners.
Good. Every person you save is another soldier for the cause, brother. Now finish what you have to do.
Decides to do something. I don't really know what. Anyway, went to the roofs again to try and see what was going on, but somehow managed to set off the alert there, even just going up onto the roof. So then it started me here, which was quite close to where the Pleur's arena office is. See that guy there I mentioned earlier? He's moved from there to there. Anyway, not very interesting. Then head round the back, climb up here, up the ladder, and you'll pop into the room with the chest. You can go in the other way, but then if you want the chest, and I have to pick up all the chests, as you know, you'll need to climb up the ladder, so I figured I'd just go that way. Interact in here, and you'll get a little cutscene with Pleur, which is kind of fun. Dude with a bag on his head who you set free.
I'm here to help.
And then you take his place and headbutt, thanks to, I'm really sorry, but whomever pointed out that it was
Get
headbutt.
out of here.
Hello? Hi, Sweet Pea, how are you? Oh, that's amazing. That's wonderful. No, I understand. Sweetheart, I understand. I can't. literally walking into a meeting right now. All right. No, it's okay. It's okay. Just put her on really quick. No, it's okay. Put her on. Yeah. I will be right with you. Hi, Ashley. You did? That is amazing. Good girl. Are you getting ready for bed? Did you brush your teeth? For at least 10 seconds? That's my girl. Gonna give your mom a big kiss for me? Well, you know she gets lonely when I'm not there. You are the lady of the house. Of course. Now, you know Daddy has to work, so... A gift? Sure, sweetheart. What did you want? A ring. No, I don't think I've seen anything like that for you, sweetheart. I'm sorry. What else would you like? A necklace. Oh, a gold necklace. Well, actually, I think I see that exact thing. Yes, of course, it is shiny. Now listen, Daddy has to work, all right? So I have to go. I love you too. Yes. Kisses, kisses. Don't let the bedbugs bite. Okay. Bye, Ladybug. I apologize for that. It's my daughter. You were here on time, and I was not ready. No disrespect intended. You?
I don't know. I know that video is in the other... I know that cutscene's in the other video. But I thought I would leave it in just because I think Pleur after Min is kind of one of the best written characters, which isn't really saying much because most of the characters in this are pretty awful. Not awful as in, you know, they're bad people, just awful as in they're just not engaging. Like even the dicks in Far Cry 3, I was watching back a couple of my old videos just to remind me of what happened in Far Cry. Like Sam, Hoyt, Vars, they were all amazing characters. You know, Buck or whatever his name is with the beard, who has been having his way with your friend. Anyway, I chucked de Pleur's body down and just decided to cause some carnage. Because why not? And also you can make quite a lot of money in this mission just due to the number of guards. There aren't that many chests, but I kind of just went gun crazy. I maybe could have been a bit stealthier, but after you've got de Pleur's body, you can just raise as much alarm as you want. It doesn't really matter. And the shredder, or you know, an equally decent weapon, is going to keep these guys down. Didn't realise there were two guys there at all. Should have just kept hunting syringes up, really. Oh, I have got a hunting syringe up. I wonder why they didn't attack them. Anyway, I nearly die a couple of times, but somehow managed to luck out and stay alive. I've obviously sped this up because it's just the fighting carnage. And there's nothing particularly spectacular about the way I fight, but I just give you an idea of the... thought it would give you an idea of the number of guys. Then I spent a bit of time looting everyone, went back and grabbed de Pleur's body. Looting's actually easier when you are carrying a body, apart from looting ammo dumps, which for some reason doesn't work at all. Don't know why. I guess presumably it only reloads the weapon you're carrying because the others are disabled. I don't know. Anyway, it also disables the ammo dump, so even though the ammo is still there, you can't pick it up afterwards. I don't know, it's weird. There are a few bodies as well that I tried looting but wouldn't actually pick up, so I ended up just having to drop them and then physically pick the body up which loots them. 4 more guys up here, and then I think 2 more after this. A takedown and a handgun takedown on 2 of them. Nearly die while I'm doing the handgun takedown. Apparently that body didn't work as a shield. And then a healing syringe. And I've got, I don't know, 10 or 12 green leaves. So every time I use a syringe I get another one back. I'm just desperate for the level 2 hunting syringe which you get from Truth and Justice, which is, I think, the Willis mission. I need to go back and check. But... yeah, like longer hunting syringes, please. Tried to do a takedown from above on him. Don't know why it didn't work, but he ended up stabbing me. I went back to grab de Pleur and then headed out to the checkpoint, except going completely the wrong way. Oblivious to the extreme. Oh, maybe I just wanted to loot that body. I don't know. See, yeah, look, nothing from looting it. So I put down de Pleur. Had to pick it up, and the loot thing's gone. And then I get the chewing gum and the 700 Kyrat, 800 Kyrats, which almost makes it entirely not worth it and a little embarrassing, but there we are. Anyway, dropped a Pleur in the trunk of the car. The trunk? I'm not American. The boot of the car. Careful with his fingers. And then some guys turn up, and last time I just jumped in the car and drove off, but this time I thought I would kill them all and see what happened. If there was anything different. There's only a few of them, what, 4 or 5, plus a truck over here, which is a little hard to get. I wanted to jump on there, but then I think my grenade actually blew me up. I'm not really sure what happened there, but I took a lot of damage, so presumably I grenaded myself. That didn't go through the gate, so I figured I would get up here, and then it started to go chatter about getting back to Pleur, so I figured I'd just loose one more arrow, and if it didn't work, but it did. Then jump in the car, and it's just driving back here. And if you want to see all of Pleur's dialogue, he's just whining like a bitch, basically. Excuse my French. Whining like a whiny man. Check out the other version of this, the Amita version, which I'll link at the end and again in the description. Anyway, you get up here to drop to Pleur off. It's actually a pretty short ride, and I just had auto drive on. But I'll let this cutscene play out and see you on the other side.
Killed him, I wouldn't have blamed you.
Yeah, I'm alive. Fucking taxi driver.
Show him to his new home.
Who threw that? Fucking savages! Let go! Wait, that's my cell phone.
You get the general idea. As I said, watch Amita's mission, which I'll link if you want to see all of that. But that's City of Pain complete. I like the differences. Taking pictures for Amita, actually having to rescue them with Sabal. Sabal's was a little harder. Several powerful weapons have been added to trading posts. I'll show you those in a second. And there's quite a funny message from Pagan coming in that I'll let play out as well.
I was in America not so long ago. I looked up Ishwari, but I couldn't bring myself to see her, not after all these years. You always regret those decisions when they die, don't you? Anyway, I was there with Pleur, or rather Paul Hong. He invited me to his home to meet his family, to see the other side of him. It was incredible to see the man behind the man. Paul, the loving father and husband. I was as jealous as I was happy for him. We went to his daughter's school to see a recital. There was his darling Ashley, the light of his life. I could see the tears welling up in his eyes. So proud, so much love. It really made me think. What if I had followed Ishwari? What if that was you, clumsily stumbling through a piano recital as I looked on teary-eyed through a viewfinder, capturing every precious moment? It always hits you when it's too late, RJ. Always when they've gone.
I like Pagan, I like him a lot, and I like his little stories. Anyway, weapons unlocked, MP5 and the autocross are the highlights. The 700 Nitro also pretty strong. The rest are a bit meh. And I started off this mission with 507,000 and finished it up with 713, so made a pretty decent profit. Just over 200,000 Kyrats from all the killing and looting, which, you know, made me happy. Anyway, on the left is City of Pain, Amita's version. There's a moment coming up here where you'll see the photographing instead of the rescuing of hostages. And on the right, Basic Chemistry, which is the next balance of power mission. That's Sabal's path. But I will see you in the next video. Bye!